My name is Donovan Rankin. I'm president of Coastline Insurance Agency. We're located in North Wildwood, New Jersey. We serve all of the state. We can help pretty much with any type of property insurance, liability insurance that you need. Well, I grew up here in town. My family's been here for just about a little over 100 years. I started in the insurance business in 1992, worked for a couple other agencies, and opened this agency in 1998. Well, growing up on the island and weathering dozens of hurricanes, like most locals, my initial reaction was, well, so what? It's not going to be that big of a deal. I can say that I was very, very surprised when I got back on the island the next day that we had as much damage as we did. Well, they did evacuate the island. It was mandatory, but I do know a lot of people did not leave. I happened, when the storm hit, the days leading up to the storm, I was not in town, so I didn't evacuate because I just wasn't here. But I do know people that did evacuate. I have a house actually just down the street from Rowan, actually, just about a mile away. I did have some family members come to my house up there, which is where I was. We evacuated them and we brought them to that house. I actually snuck on the island before we were even allowed to. One of the benefits of growing up here is I know all the access points onto the island and was able to get my way around the, I don't know if I should say this on camera, but I was able to sneak my way around the police checkpoints. And I got back onto the island early the next morning. Got to a friend's house who did weather the storm on the island, got to a friend's house and borrowed one of his vehicles. There was about 16 inches of water in this building, which is roughly to the top of those lower windows. People don't realize how heavy water is. I mean, it's 8 pounds a gallon. So it was about a little higher than 16 inches up this door, up this glass door, because of the way the floor slopes. But the pressure was so great, it broke the glass and pushed the bottom of the door out. When we showed up, the whole bottom of the door was about 3 inches pushed out from its frame. In addition, the floodwater seeped into the ceramic floor here and has popped quite a few of the tiles loose, that now the whole floor needs to be torn up and replaced. Number one, because of the loose tiles, but more importantly, all the sediment and things that are in the water are trapped underneath the floor, and that poses a health hazard. Water did get into the heating system, so I had to I called an emergency, well, not emergency, I called a person in heating guy to come in and take the heating system out and put a new heater in, because while we're concerned about helping our clients, I couldn't have the office staff getting sick from mold in the heater, the black water that was in the heater blowing carcinogens throughout the building. So the idea was, being in the insurance business and knowing that within a few days probably there would be a tremendous amount of people calling with claims, the first order of business was making sure that the telephones, the electric worked. We came in and the power was on. We were lucky that way. I turned the lights on and they worked. So the first order of business was making sure that the computers were operable, making sure the internet was operable, and making sure that the telephones were operable. That's where we started, so that when the agents came back in, they would be able to help other people. We didn't worry so much about repairing the office. What we needed to do was get up and running to help our clients. Then we called in an emergency crew to take out all the organic material in the building, all the wood products in the building that would generate mold. So people didn't get sick. And at that point, once we were okay with that, everything in here stopped as far as repairs. Okay. Because at that point we moved forward with taking care of our customers. We knew people wouldn't get sick and we could operate, so we made sure all our claims were taken care of, and then we worried about the office after that. And as you can see, we're really just getting to it. While flooding was the majority of the damage, there was still a lot of other types of claims. There was a lot of wind claims and rainwater claims, which isn't part of flood. But I know we had over 1,000 claims just out of this office. So, and we're little. We're a small office compared to some agencies. So, I mean, tens and tens and tens of thousands of properties have been damaged. The lower portion of the state didn't get hit nearly as hard as the middle and the northern part of the state. I mean, I really feel for those people. As bad as things are down here, most people in the lower part of the state of New Jersey still have homes to go to for those that live year round, and even in the summertime. I mean, we're not going to be nearly as affected as a lot of places. So the best way to help out is, I think right now most people need a lot of kindness. You'd be surprised how many people, again, up north, more so than down here, are still displaced. Daily services that you and I would take for granted, electricity, running water, sewage, you know, to be able to, a lot of people still don't have that. So be understanding and comforting, you know, in this time is probably the best thing. And lend a hand. You know, if you see somebody struggling with something, to move something, lend them a hand. I mean, they can use a hand. That's probably the best thing that you can do.